Welcome back, fellas. This is the League of Luck podcast. I think we're in our 12th year, second year in this format. It started off great. We had a great draft. We had some great banter already. We had some slick moves, some slick plays. So I'm very excited for this season. Again, we have my co-host, partner in crime, the GOAT, the analytical man, Sergio Figueroa.
My typing fingers still hurt.
His typing fingers are GOAT status, though. And under me, we have Devin, the greatest second place winner
of all time.
Number two all day. Number two, my big old shit.
He's one of the funniest dudes I've known ever. Besides Little Matt's nose, it's just a funny object.
Is that a smoothie or a daiquiri?
It's a DAC. Brian's got me hooked on. He brought some strawberry pina colada mixed daiquiris to the draft, and
it was double bagged. He brought a double. They were just double bagged. He bagged them himself.
Dually.
I'm going with the Laura Stella Classic, the Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, gotta stay fit, man. Gotta stay fit.
That's every early 30s to mid 30s male choice. It's just a Michelob Ultra.
Also puffing on the Yule, not a sponsor, but you know.
I'm going with the classic water.
Spring water from Texas, right?
Yeah, from Tejas.
Okay.
I have a Hulk Spider-Man, but I'm excited for this year. We got some great things coming up. We're gonna get at it and have fun. Boom.
Yeah. All right.
I think we had a good start with the draft. We missed Serge, obviously.
I missed y'all, man.
We always miss him.
Serge was prepping for the incoming beautiful baby girl.
Any moment.
Yes.
Congrats again. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm probably more excited than you.
Yeah.
Kyle was somewhere in the Dakotas in a cabin somewhere.
He was hunting for sure.
Wyoming.
Yeah, we still don't know where, but somewhere hunting, for sure. But it was a good day. It was a great day. Once again, thank you, Dave, for the hospitality, the food, and everything, man. It was a good day. It was a great day.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yep. Shout out Commissioner Dave.
No,
Wish I could have been there.
So before we move up, Dave was a great host. He made some great food, and it was all around a great vibe. And I appreciate David Roy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Nice.
And he's gone.
And back.
You got the Roku in the background. I see it.
Oh, you see it? There's like a bunch of little Easter eggs I like to just watch and
find. I got 4 of them.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, so Serge, would you like to start us off on this episode, buddy bud?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of writing, and so I kind of wanted to get y'all's take on these post-draft rankings. See if y'all had anything to agree or disagree with. See what picks y'all liked, what picks y'all didn't like, and then I don't know, kind of speak on y'all's draft and see what y'all thought. Maybe something you would have done differently. And then we're going to do an exciting new format of fantasy that's taking over. We're going to do a best ball draft. And instead of being enemies for an hour or so, we're gonna come together and try and create the best team of all time and hopefully win $2 million.
It's like a trifecta of minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's like the Pineapple Express joint, the
product of baby making.
I can't even light this by myself.
All right. Let me pull it up. Matt, you got it? You got it in front of you?
Yeah, I think a lot of words.
Yeah, so number 12, I started off with Kyle. I thought there were some interesting decisions he took, but ultimately I thought it was the weakest, but I mean there's potential, but I just don't like some of the reaches. That's pretty much why I gave him the 12th spot.
Which was deserved. I think it was deserved. I'd agree with it.
Yeah. Obviously a lot is hinging on the Javonte investment and if Najee can match what he did last year.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think he won't get as many dump offs as he had, and I mean, if you do your research, you see that he had, I think, like the worst yards per carry in the league. So he gets a lot of usage, but again, that was with Big Ben, who had a noodle arm, and they're getting the Trubisky. See how long that lasts. But I mean, he's still got to have a better arm than what Big Ben had last year. So I think they're going to be throwing it a little bit more. And but I mean, again, he's going to get 250 touches probably, and he's still good.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see.
I do think Thielen's going to continue to do well. I think DJ Moore is finally going to get some positive touchdown involvement this year. I think Baker is a huge upgrade. That's kind of scary for our Saints. Oh, it looks like we have a fourth member joining, guys.
Cool.
Oh, who's the surprise?
Who is it? We got a surprise here. Breaking news. Oh, Mr. Silver Medal.
Yeah, Mr. 11th himself.
The Roman Empire.
Mr. Somehow 11th, cooking ramen noodles. Nice.
Roman Empire in the building.
Hey, Al.
I think you're muted. You're a little muted. I'm a little jealous of all y'all's beard, man. I like all of them.
Oh, shout out to Dougie. Just got a haircut from him for the first time in a while. I've been going to Sadie.
Wow.
She just got too much shit with her now, so I can't do it, man.
I could tell Dougie cut your hair by the lining. It's very crisp.
Yeah. She takes about roughly an hour and 45, but he does a good job.
You got to clear your schedule to get a haircut.
Everything's on the slower side with Dougie.
Yeah, and it was just silent for an hour and 45 minutes. There was no conversation.
But you can have a conversation for Dougie for 2 hours and say 5 words. Yeah, you're on the same wavelength.
Every time. Every single time.
This is exactly how my haircut went for an hour and 45 minutes. I was just sitting there and, trying to chit chat a little bit, and he was just like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, he hits this move too, though. Now he hits this move. You ready? He'll be cutting, and then he'll stop and look at that.
Yeah.
For a good 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a spot in the back of my head that he goes after for 30 minutes, and I just have to look back and be like, bro, you got it.
That hair is gone.
You got it.
You killed it. It's like perfect.
All right, that's enough of Dougie. He sucks. He's not in the league anymore.
Yeah, we kicked him out.
All right, enough of Dougie, enough of Kyle. Enough of Dougie, enough of Kyle. I guess we agree. This is a good segue right here, but we're on number 11, guys. How do y'all want to start this off?
Number 11. Was that the one? Who was number 11? Was that?
Who's Al?
Oh, was that?
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I want to know what y'all. I mean.
Oh, we're
that's
ranking.
Convenient when y'all invite me to join is when I'm called up.
You joined at the perfect time.
Al, is that a Barks root beer?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Wow. It's very New Orleans of you.
Very cool. Very cool.
So good.
So Al went with Alvin Kamara at what was it, the 7th pick?
6.
At 6.
I hope it works.
Me too. For the Saints.
Everything I said is completely false.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I here's why I agree that he's 11th right now. For one pick and one pick only. Patrick Freiermuth.
Who was there though? It was tough sledding. Brian really was I never want to draft behind him again.
Oh, we'll get to Brian too. He's one spot ahead, I think, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he went at a lot of the guys that I wanted.
Look, with me, it wasn't necessarily the players. It was the overall timing on some of them.
Some reaches.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's just a few players I'm a little down on this year that, like, Saquon's a big risk. I was hoping he fell to me. I was gonna go Saquon.
Same here. I think Saquon is gonna have his best year in a long time. That's probably the only pick that I did like for Al. The Michael Thomas, stacking Kamara and Michael Thomas with the team we have now. It's no more Sean Payton, a strong defense. We got a lot more receivers now. Again, I hope it works for the Saints' sake, but
I don't think Alvin would have fallen to you in the second round.
No.
I think the best scenario though would have been to roll that dice and probably gone Eckler, because if you had Eckler and Alvin,
yeah.
What? Why is Eckler not a big of a risk as Kamara?
Because he's gonna get more touches and he's
gonna eat.
No offense, no offense to my team, but he's on a better offense at this point.
yeah,
You know, where we stand, he's on a better offense. And
that's only at the running back position. I would have wanted you to take Jamar Chase. That's who I was hoping you were going to take.
Hold up. Kamara was on one of the worst offenses last year, and he still finished top 10, top 5.
But that's all we had was Kamara last year. Literally, who else did we have? No Michael Thomas, no Jarvis, no Olave. It was him in the preseason god Callaway. You know, and
yeah, but the whole there's too many mouths to feed doesn't apply to a healthy Alvin Kamara.
I agree. He is very.
If anything, it'll make him play better.
Yeah, and that's why you're a lawyer. You're so goddamn smart. That's a great point. Great point. But
I don't think that matters.
Michael Thomas pick.
And with Michael Thomas, I looked at the other receivers. I saw like Hunter Renfrow, and like those guys may have had like better fantasy seasons, but he was the best player on the board.
Well, it is fantasy football that we're playing, so but whatever. Teach his own.
I just don't think Hunter Renfrow is going to survive.
Wow.
I think he could have a sneaky good year, man.
I agree.
My least favorite pick is Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Well, the whole Cleveland offense has me nervous. Like I don't. But even on bad teams, there's always like a good fantasy player on the like bad teams. But I don't think they're going to be that bad.
I think my favorite, which I don't have any shares of, but my favorite player would have drafted from the Browns would have been Kareem Hunt. Honestly, I think he might have the best fantasy season on the Browns this year.
There's a rumor out there that he might get traded to the Eagles.
Damn, Miles Sanders, poor bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
you did pass up quite a few with that Amari Cooper pick. You passed up quite a few.
Who did I pass up? Who was out there? Can you see it?
They had Edwards-Helaire, which I think would have been a better pick.
I had already went on so many running backs.
Oh yeah, you did. Chris Godwin.
I would have gone Godwin. I wouldn't have gone Edwards.
Elijah Moore, which I got. Thank you. I got Elijah Moore, but I'd have picked Elijah Moore or Chris Godwin over Amari Cooper.
Edwards-Hilaire's job is in jeopardy.
Right. I had like 3 or 4 running backs already, and I was desperate.
No, that's true. That is true. You're heavy. You was heavy on running backs early on. Yeah.
So I needed, and I had Chris Godwin last year, and he's great, but he's also injury riddled. So I just wanted to switch it up. I had Eckler for the past like 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's like I said. I hope I'm wrong with it all. I just with some of the strategy, like I would have thought like a Saquon Burrow Chase combo would have been nice, but
it's
that's it.
Down to what Saquon does for and
yeah,
true.
If Saquon
I have a question for you, Al. Was Burrow always the target?
Yes.
Then why not Chase?
Or why not Higgins? Or is that's not how you were?
They weren't. I don't think T. Higgins or I passed on Jamar Chase to get Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
Jamar Chase might have already been gone.
I snagged Higgins at the 2-3 turn, so he wouldn't have made it. You would have had to take Higgins over Saquon.
Jamar Chase
right,
went one pick after your Alvin Kamara pick.
Okay.
So he was.
So who went after Saquon?
I think Javonte.
No, Nick Chubb went after Saquon.
Yeah, Brian with Nick Chubb. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and Aaron Jones and Leonard Fournette.
The Nick Chubb may come back to bite me.
No.
Yeah. He's gonna eat. No, he's gonna eat this year, bro.
I like Nick Chubb. I did. That may have been my mistake.
I would have taken him at 23. The only person that I was kind of iffy at the 2-3 turn was Leonard Fournette. I'm just worried about that O-line.
Everybody's high on him though.
I'm high on him. I had back to back, so I was gonna swing Tyreek Hill, Leonard Fournette either way.
No, I mean where you got him is good value. I mean, I think it's good value.
Great value where I got him.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried, and out of training camp, like they're really high on this rookie. So I don't know, but
he's gonna.
Brady's not gonna allow like some like rookie who doesn't know what he's doing. Like he trusts Lenny right now. So
that's what I'm saying. He knows the offense. He knows where he needs to be.
And also, Serge, to your point about the offensive line, I think you know Brady's game. Get the ball out quick, especially if you don't have an offensive line. And we saw nobody really thought of it coming, as highly touted as he was coming out in the draft.
Yeah.
He was never really deemed as a pass catcher running back, but we've seen that he's got the skills and he's actually pretty good and efficient. So he might get more targets this year than he's ever gotten before. So we'll see.
So I have some anonymous sources that Tom Brady was absent because he was actually on The Masked Singer.
Oh, really?
I don't like anything that
is that alarming, or is that a breath of fresh air?
That's a good thing for the Saints.
Yeah,
it's a great thing for the Saints for sure.
Yeah.
Haven't watched that.
Unanimous sword.
Yeah, let's move it. Let's go on to number 10. Who we had at number 10?
Brian, which is higher than I thought, but good.
Yeah. Let me pull his up. All right. A couple question marks. I like I guess his angle is to go with like a week-to-week quarterback or something. But I'm not big on the Mac Jones as your QB1.
No, and he picked him early to like for Mac Jones. He could have gotten Mac Jones off the waiver wire.
I like at that range. I like Jared Goff. I like Jameis. I like Jameis.
I would have taken Trevor Lawrence over you. Trevor Lawrence is on waivers right now, so Mac Jones 1,000% been on waivers.
I'm not big on Clyde Edwards-Helaire this year. I think the Akers pick can hit. I like that. Derrick Henry, if he stays healthy, I mean, I don't have to say anything about that. Just a lot of like question marks with DK, with the new quarterback. I don't know.
McLaren. I'm hearing a lot of talk about this Jahan Dotson kid that I mean he's 100% going to be a day one starter, and I mean if I don't know, man, I just don't like any. There's nobody from Washington that I want with Wentz being the quarterback. There's whatever's going on with actually there is Brian Robinson. I think I don't know what is going on. Well, the fumbles with Gibson, but I don't really want any part of that offense, to be honest with you, man.
Maybe McLaurin. I mean, McLaurin only like.
Yeah, McLaurin should see some positive with Carson Wentz there, but I don't know.
I think Brian has a pretty strong team.
You what?
Yeah.
I think he has a strong team, honestly.
Well, I'm gonna say this about Brian. We talked about it a little bit yesterday at work, and every year he drafts a team, and we look at him, and we're like, "What the fuck did your team?" Every you know why? I figured it out though. It's not because of the team that he drafted. It's because he plays the waiver wire.
Oh yeah, this team will look nothing like this at the end of the year.
That's a fact. That is a fact, bro.
I like to play the waiver wire, I try to pay attention to it, but he's got some different sources, and he picks people up 2 weeks before anybody knows what's going to happen, and they end up being, that's where he tells that he sucks at drafting.
His running back cores, I mean, it's unknown because it's Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb, but Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb could potentially both have monster years.
I just feel like Nick Chubb in our league.
Are we still on a rankings, or are we?
Yeah, we're just going up. We're on number 9. We're about to move to number 9.
But as like a side issue, who has the best running back core, and who has the best wide receiver core? Just as we go.
Just wide receiver 1 and 2.
Yeah, and RB 1 and 2.
All right, let me pull it up. I think Brian probably has the best running back core.
I think
no,
so too.
I agree. I disagree. I think
maybe Little Matt.
It pains me to say it, but Little Matt has Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Swift. That's pretty elite. That's pretty elite.
That's true.
I think he went back to back with those picks, and that was pretty elite. I think Dalvin's gonna have Both, I mean, look, we're PPR, man, and both of them are pass catching machines. And
That's a fact.
Dalvin Cook, they changed their offense. They're an offensive minded, head coach now. So I hate to say it, Lil Matt's going to have a nice little. I don't think he's going to get the sack though this year. He's
little. It's a little snout.
Yeah,
it is little. It's 100%. It's on the board. It's little.
I think for receiver, I think it's between Eli and Serge.
Don't tell Sergio. Okay? It gets to his head so quick.
What do y'all think?
So Eli has
Chase and Keenan. That's pretty elite. Serge with who's Jefferson and who?
Higgins.
Yeah, that's those literally all of my fucking mock drafts. Those were going to be my two receivers, right?
I'm gonna give the slight edge to Eli right now.
I like it. I mean, Keenan's proven, but I think Higgins finishes at top 10 this year.
I think it's very, very. I think it's very even, honestly, because
I think it's even, but I'm gonna give the slight edge. Oh, because of Higgins. Honestly.
I'm gonna give Serge the slight edge because Ian might have said 4 words, and
wait, is his name Ian or Eli?
I call him Ian.
It's Eli. Ian.
It's Ian. I call him Ian.
I think
it's
a lion.
I think it's Elian.
He's got 3 first names.
It's a lion. I want to eat that. What is that?
Eating some thick udon noodles right now. I love it.
It's a Blue Apron bok choy.
Oh wow, delivered.
I'm very authentic.
You are. Yeah. It looks amazing. I'm actually jealous.
Yeah. So
as I'm eating my Velveeta shells and cheese.
Is this being recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess you can cut it, but isn't it suspicious that like within like a day, Lil Matt's already trading with this?
Yeah.
I hate
with
it.
this like robot person.
This is gonna stay on the record.
He reminds me like that dude was like from Men in Black when there was a little robot like operating him.
1000%.
Something not.
Yes.
Like I don't trust it.
Okay, I understand we are a very intimidating group of friends. Especially
you.
I can be a bit over the top, but I'm very inviting.
Oh, dramatic.
I am very dramatic, but I'm very inviting though. And I invited him a few times. I tried to break open some conversation, but he couldn't quite swing it.
He couldn't get there.
It's going to take some time.
That could come with time.
That's because the alien in his brain is little Matt. Little Matt can't even hold a fucking conversation.
Well,
so he's double dumb.
It's little Matt's little like robot creation.
Yeah, we need to stop letting little
Matt. The trade to him doesn't bother me. It's the steps to the trade.
And it's the time.
Pick someone off of waivers.
And yes.
And is now trading him a day after the draft.
Yeah.
And there's not even, I mean, he gets a handcuff to Swift.
Yeah, I think it was an 8th round pick.
I don't see how it benefits. I don't know. It's just now
the substance of the trade is irrelevant. It really is. Like I don't like how he just trading with this robot thing.
Bro, he traded a waiver person for a 11th round pick human. That's stupid to me. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I was a little. I went ahead and upheld it. I just sent it, and I'll let whatever happens. But I'm not happy with it.
I'm not happy with it. I vetoed it. So.
Me too.
Good.
I vetoed it before I even saw.
How does it go down? Is it if you get one veto, it doesn't go down? It's unanimous.
No, you have to get more vetoes than upvotes, and it won't go down.
Oh, it's majority.
But right now it has 3. So Dave, Elias, and Lil Matt.
Y'all might not like this, but I'm a firm believer in not vetoing trades. Because I think if 2 people agree on a trade, then that's what.
But what if
it's not agreeing?
What if one of them is in fact not a person?
Yeah. Caveat. It is Little Matt, and
it's no. Here, let me explain. It's Little Matt. Little Matt getting in Eli's head. Like, oh, it wouldn't even matter. It don't matter. This and that.
Dude, he needs to get on a ladder to get in that fucking head. That dude's like 6'11", 12.
From what I gather, he's a vulnerable guy. I think.
Yeah.
And he's naive to little Matt. And little Matt will fucking snout his way into whatever he needs. He threatened to, dude, he even like threatened like to drop his whole team. If the
It's
trade
petty.
didn't go through.
He's not going to do it. It's petty.
No, but the fact that he typed that paragraph,
that's very immature. Very immature.
very immature.
After no remorse from a prior offender.
I say we don't even talk about little Matt.
Let's keep it going.
Rankings.
Yeah, we'll edit that.
Let's just
we'll
not even
edit
talk
that
about
entire
it.
thing.
No, I mean like his team. Fuck his team. We should just skip his stupid ass.
Who did I
team.
get who did I give number 9 to? Was it Ross or Serge?
That was Matt. That was Matt.
Oh, it was Matt? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we talked enough about him. I like his running backs. I like his Broncos. I don't like Hunter Henry I'm iffy on Alan Lazard a little bit.
Yeah. When is he has he ever balled out?
I mean, they're saying he's going to be the number 1, but
I kind of like Lazard this year, but
really,
Like, has he ever gone off though for like 40 points?
No.
He's at the end. So at the end of last season, he had a nice little run. And so the thing about Rodgers is that he has to trust his guy, and Lazard is the only person that's been there for the last few years. You know,
don't sleep on Tunyon though, man.
No, I mean, I'm not. Rodgers never throws it to his tight end. That's the thing about Rodgers. He never throws it to his tight end.
I think it's going to be the Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon show this year.
I do too. And I think
it's going to be dump off city. Just dump off city.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. All right. Enough of little Matt's team.
We have Ross's Deli next.
We got that's the part of the trade, the draft day.
At first I thought it was advantage Ross, but then I went and looked back and I was like, man, this dude he's investing heavy on the Raiders. So that
Waller's hurt right now too.
I was nervous on that. I mean, top 15 receivers that get drafted in the first round, they usually ball. So I like Drake London. I don't like Elijah Mitchell. I don't trust the New England running backs, but that's just me. I mean,
I like the CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams combo. I do.
I love it. I mean, I like the combo. It's just
I think Derek Carr's a pretty good NFL quarterback, but for fantasy, he's never going to win you. He's never going to win, even with Devontae. Even with Devontae, I think he'll have more touchdowns than he's ever had because of Devontae, but he's not gonna.
The backup is Jameis. So
and Brees isn't. I don't think Brees is gonna get the rock from day one. I think towards the end of the year, that pick is gonna be nice for Ross.
And also, if you want to do a deep dive you're exactly right, because if you want to do a deep dive, go look at the Jets' first, I think 6 to 8 games to start the season, and it's rough. And their offensive line subpar. They're gonna have a Joe Flacco to Zach Wilson transition somewhere in the beginning,
and then back to Joe Flacco.
But I do like Brees Hall. I think if Ross can hold it together for the first half of the season, I think Brees Hall is going to be a league winner for
exactly. And if Shanahan decides to give Elijah the ball a lot, then it's also going to be nice.
Which he will. It's just he's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, Pittman's gonna eat with Matt Ryan.
I like Pittman a lot.
Okay.
All right.
But I think this team can be competitive. It's just the draft grade. That's it, man. That's it, guys.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Surge is next.
I'm next.
Yeah. We got a strong team here. I'm not sold on the number 7 ranking here, where we have Lamar Jackson, who's a top 5, been the number 1 MVP winning fantasy quarterback before. He's got Justin Jefferson, who I think is I think he might end up being the wide receiver 1 this year. I think he makes that step. You got Aaron Jones who's going to catch a shitload of passes. You got Kyle Pitts, who, say what you want about Drake London, Kyle Pitts is the Falcons' wide receiver 1, and I mean that's a solid.
Big question mark. My running backs. I'm nervous about my running backs, man. If it's like a 60-40 split with Aaron Dillon, I might might struggle a little bit, and if Cordarrelle doesn't eat as much as he did last year, but I feel good. I feel good at everything but running backs.
So my assessment is, I think this team's going to change a lot.
Yeah.
Me knowing Serge, he's going to make some ballsy moves, which I love about him.
Going to be fishing for trades.
Right now, I like his team, but I'm going to keep him middle of the road because I think he lacks depth. And that his running back core does scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think that this ain't going to be his final team. It's just my opinion.
He will make a trade at some point this season.
I think there will be a trade, maybe multiple at some point.
Right.
Let's just hope we get right this
5
year.
weeks is gonna be an issue.
The who? Bye week?
Yeah.
True.
Don't worry about bye weeks, y'all. The bye week things change weekly.
Yeah, I'll adjust to that.
Don't worry about bye weeks.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I got some after last season's, I went handcuff heavy. So I wanted to ensure to get some good like running back committee handcuffs. And I'm rolling the dice with 2 rushing quarterbacks. I'm like, fuck it. Let's just go with it.
Yeah. And you can always trade one if somebody else gets in the bind, I mean, I don't know, Serge. I think you're a little down on yourself. But I mean, saying that, going into the top half of the rankings here, they do have some
they have some heavy
teams.
Got some heavy hitters. I think I'm gonna be in the mix, playoff contention, but it's gonna.
Another thing you got to worry about is that we didn't change divisions from what I'm looking at, and
we are all 4 in the tougher division. So.
Yeah. Well, so we did change because Al wasn't in our division.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Well.
Oh, Al, so we did change him a little bit.
We did change a little bit.
Okay.
And we are in a tougher division.
Yeah,
it's definitely the tougher division for sure.
I think I gave Ian Eli number 6, right?
Yeah. Solid team, man. He's surprised me. I didn't know what to expect, but
he does have a solid team.
As he was walking up with his picks, there was a lot of times where I was like, fuck, because I wanted that guy. And but Josh Jacobs, not high on him at all. And if you go down to his flex spot, he's got Tony Pollard and Olave, which it could work, but now I'm looking at the bench. Actually, man, I don't know.
His core though of Herbert, Allen, Chase, Kelsey is elite.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So that can definitely cover up some deficiencies. And if this guy Etienne, if Trevor Lawrence, dumps it off to Etienne like they said he's going to do, it's going to be tough to beat him.
Yeah.
Agreed. What do we have next?
And I assume these like AFC West games are going to be high scoring.
Oh, for sure.
So
all right. Let me before we move on, I have a take on Kelsey. Because a lot of people are saying Tyreek gone, he's going to get all the work, which probably
he's going to get a lot of work.
He will, but he's always had the comfort of Tyreek stretching the field and him being just left open in the middle of the field, pretty much wide open.
Yeah,
you got a triple cover Tyreek.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a Tyreek over there anymore, so you're gonna have now. They might be doubling Kelsey, and like I said, he's gonna get the work. He's gonna have a lot of work, but. Is he going to get all those yards after the catch? So we'll see.
Valdez Scantling, he's got some burners. He can take off.
For
and
sure.
Juju also. So
I think that whole offense is it's a mystery at this point.
I think regardless, Kelsey's going to eat.
Yeah, I agree. I
think it's going to be top 3 tight end.
Yeah, we'll see.
The one concern is there usually starts to see some decline at his age.
Yeah.
So he's had like heavy usage. So
and you got to think he's played extra games because they're in the playoffs every year and they make it.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's playing an extra 2 or 3 games a season.
Yeah, one hit. That's it across the middle. But
all right.
He's still. I think he's still top 5, probably top 3.
I think top three.
Easily. I think he'll finish 2 behind Andrews if
And I think the drop off after top 5 is pretty big. So
I'd say even after top 3. I mean, who's number 3? I mean, Waller, I guess. I don't even think Waller's. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's gonna be Andrews, Kelsey, Waller, Pitts, and
Pitts before Waller, I think for sure.
Schultz.
And then after that, it's just a crapshoot.
Schultz too. Schultz could be top 5. I could see that.
Yeah.
All right, who we got number 5? Top 5.
Bodega.
No, Bodega.
Bodega's got a strong team. He's got a nice core with Kyler, Cup, and Andrews.
Speaking of tight end, he's got Andrews who could be the next up at tight end.
I think he has a strong team.
Mark was right by me in the draft, and he also snaked a lot of guys that I wanted on my team. So
what do y'all think about Zeke this year?
I honestly, with Zeke being a 4th or 5th round pick, and I had him last year, and I said after the season I'd never pick him again. And then I went and looked back at the stats, and he was hurt for half the season, and he still finished, I want to say, in the top 10, and so I was actually, I was looking at him, and I think Mark picked him right, on the turn where I would have picked him right there. So,
is that his RB1 or 2?
That's his 1.
This is 1.
But I mean, he's got Cup and he's got Mark Andrews.
But he has a he's lacking in the running backs.
And that's going to have long-term problems.
It is.
I mean, bias aside, I like Darnell Mooney, but that Chicago O-line is looking rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
And I don't know if Fields is going to be able to. I don't know. I feel like they're going to struggle heavy this year. So I don't know about Mooney.
Team, man. I don't like the team, honestly. I'm looking at. I like a few moves.
I don't understand how this team is better than my team.
Easy, Al.
Yeah.
I like the core.
I think you got a low rating because of the moves you made, not your team in particular, but the way you put your team together. I think that's where your rating comes from.
Murray, Cup, Andrews and I would say he's starting Chris Godwin above one of these guys.
I would definitely start Chris Godwin over one of those guys.
So he's got 2 guys on his team that could either help him.
He's got 2 people that could be top at their position.
He's got my thing.
And Chris Godwin, you can even throw in Kyler Murray too, being QB1.
Oh, for sure.
It's possible.
I think if Chris Godwin can come back healthy and like he has before, and if this Romeo Dobbs guy, who I keep hearing nothing but great things about with his camp, if that ends up being one of Aaron Rodgers' favorite target, you move him into the flex over Jarvis or DK, and you move. So basically, if they pan out, you move Chris Godwin and Dobbs into his 2 flex over Landry and Chark. And, I mean, he still is running back is Gibson.
When Ezekiel Elliott strains his hamstring and David Singletary pulls his calf,
but the same can be said for Michael Thomas. What if when Thomas goes down?
Devontae.
True, man.
I'm sorry.
Just because there isn't much separation between all of us. I thought in general, that's why everyone got A's and B's. I thought there's not much separation. There really isn't.
There isn't.
So
I think what's gonna make or break team is depth and the way they use the waiver. That's what makes or breaks it every year, honestly.
That's how I made it to the championship last year, is via the waiver wire, 100%.
All right, number 4. Let's finish up so we can get to this.
Yeah, Devin.
Oh, hey, it's me.
Devin.
So
I love Jalen.
We touched on it. We touched on it a little bit before we hit the record button, but I did quite a bit of mock drafts. I had a whole strategy going into this year, and my strategy was kind of like punt the running back. I'm going with a top receiver because I was sure I was going to get either Cup, my boy from last year, or who I really wanted, Jefferson. But Serge got me, and then out of nowhere, Mark picked Cup over Jonathan Taylor. So I got Jonathan Taylor with the 4th. Can't be mad at that, but it screwed up my next 3 picks. It screwed up.
I feel like that do a sequence that you weren't prepared for.
No, not at all. I panicked, and I would have never thought in my life that my wide receiver 1 and 2 would have been Antonio Brown, AJ Brown, and Mike Evans. Now, the reason for the AJ Brown, which could have been a reach with my second pick, was because I always knew I was going for Hurts.
Yeah.
In around the sixth round, So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get him. So let's out there. Let's see if I can do the stack. It works.
I'm high on Philly's offense this year, and I'm high on Arizona's offense this year. So
yeah,
I'm high on Arizona's offense as well.
I think Jonathan Taylor at 4 was a no-brainer.
No-brainer. You had to.
I wonder if
that would have been fantasy malpractice.
Yeah.
I like Evans. Evans is Mr. Consistent. I mean, he gets 1,000 yards his entire career.
I pride myself on never drafting players in the Saints.
I don't like the Chase Edmonds move. I don't.
Well, so that you might not like that, but I think that
PPR.
Was one of my best. In my opinion, that's one of my sneakiest players on my team right now is Chase Edmonds. That's that, in my opinion. We'll see if it pans out, but I've been hearing a lot about him. And,
I like that pick.
I'm going PPR, man.
I don't like that. That's my only gripe is the Chase Edmonds pick.
One more thing,
if you see something I don't, that's then more power.
One more thing, and I'll be done. I'll be done talking about my own team. But I think one of my best picks because of the value was Amon-Ra St. Brown. At 52. Yeah. I don't know what round that is, but it was late.
His dad is Mr. Universe.
That's my second flex. So
2 times.
I mean, I got a wide receiver 1 for his team is my second flex. And if he can continue what he did at the end of last season, that might be the steal of the draft.
I was going to praise you on Amon-Ra. That's a very good pick.
He was just sitting there, man.
Very good value. Very good value.
I like some of the other pickups too. I think Garrett Wilson, that's a heavy investment. I mean, the Jets offense is questionable, but
I got him really late.
I don't know. Like we said, the Chiefs offense is a mystery, so I don't know how they're going to use Sky Moore, but that could
that was definitely a panic. That was a panic pick.
And Pete Carroll likes to tote the rock. So I mean, right now Penny's going to be the guy at least early on.
And I needed another running back, so why not go for
That's strong.
Walker
I mean,
right now.
I think Walker, he has I think a hernia issue, and that could linger. So he could be the guy.
And I needed another running back, so I said, why not go get who's
my only thing with your team in the moment of the draft was the strategy of I get the stack now, but in the moment I probably would have gone Andrews. But is that something that you considered, or was always AJ?
1,000% considered it, and that was, like I said, going back to Mark's team, him sniping me. That was, I thought. Because I think he picked him, and then I picked Evans right after that. So,
so you were hoping he fell to you in the 3rd?
I thought he was gonna, because I wanted to get a wide receiver. I didn't want to pick a tight end with my 2nd overall pick. I wanted, and I was close. I was close enough to the turn to where I didn't think that any of y'all would have. There was 3 guys in front of me, so I didn't think any of y'all would have gone for Andrews, and that was 1,000% who I was going for. And then so there was a few times where
he wouldn't have made it to you, bro. Because if Mark would have passed, I would have taken him at 23.
Yeah,
I wanted him because I was always considering maybe going Lamar.
And if I would have gotten Andrews, I probably would have reached for Lamar.
I like the Jalen Hurts though, bro.
I like it. I love it. He did.
He's one of the most consistent. I don't think he got anything less than 20-something points.
Yeah. He proved himself last year, but he's gonna have to reprove himself again though.
Well, now he's got a AJ Brown, so I'm hoping that we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, let's go top three. All
right.
Then we got Matt. We got Big Matt.
Yes.
Big Matt. Real Matt. D-man.
Love the risk with Christian McCaffrey. If he stays healthy, you're gonna dominate most weeks.
Can we talk about the process in your mind going up there and having the pressure and just talk about that. Just talk about that moment because I was right next to you and my boy was sweating.
Honestly, pressure of having the first pick in any league is crazy, but specifically in this league, the pressure's heavy because you set the tone of what everyone's gonna do.
Yeah.
Now for weeks, maybe in months, I've conversed with Serge and a few other people. We spat ideas, and my first pick in my mind was gonna be Cooper Kupp. The day of the draft, it was Cooper Kupp. An hour before the draft, it was Cooper Kupp. 30 minutes before the draft, it was Cooper Kupp. But when I walked up to the board, something told me it's got to be Christian McCaffrey. You have to gamble.
Yeah.
And I am an unpredictable player, but I do keep it safe. I'm known for keeping it safe. I'm known for not making risky moves. But I was like, let's shake things up a bit. And I went for Christian McCaffrey. And
Matt, you know what I thought for a half second you were going to do?
What?
I thought you were going to go Josh Allen, #1 overall.
You know what?
It was a thought in my mind.
100% a thought in my head as well. But
I'm glad you didn't do that.
No, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have did it for the shock value for sure.
No, I like the Christian move.
Your team would have been really
like crazy good.
And that's not
Dak.
a risk.
Yeah, you have Dak and Dalton Schultz stacked with Christian. I mean, big question mark with Tyreek. I don't know how he's going to be used, but I'm assuming that he's going to do well.
This starting lineup has championship potential.
Yeah. Brandon Cooks is like the ultimate, like not sexy fantasy player, but he always eats.
He always eats.
Wide receiver
the value I got him at, I couldn't pass him up.
Yeah.
He averaged 14 points last year for me. It was perfect.
Yeah. And you always find a way to somehow have Tyler Boyd. So
always. He's like my good luck charm.
Who the fuck is Tyler Boyd?
Bro, he eats whenever he eats. He doesn't eat a lot, but when he eats, he fucking eats. Bro.
He goes to the buffet.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, but overall, this team has some potential, man. I'm a little nervous about week 1.
Well,
but I have some favorable matchups. We'll get to that at a later podcast.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely got it. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap up these top 2.
Dave.
Solid.
I mean, I don't know. Dave's a weird. This is all right. So Dave is the opposite of Brian in more ways than one. No offense, Dave. I love you, but the height, that's opposite. The demeanor, opposite. And Brian sucks at drafting, but he's great at mid-season moves. Dave is a sneaky, really good drafter, but then he doesn't care. You know, he just thinks it's going to come to him. He just kind of lollygags around, and it ends up always biting him in the ass. Look, you can't win the draft. You can't win the league at the draft. You can lose it.
Yeah.
You can't win it.
Yeah.
And I think that's Dave's problem is that he'll draft a really good team and think that it's done. It's not. So
I think what hits him on the wires and trades is he may overthink things, and he's like, well, let me just keep it how it is.
Yeah.
And let's power through.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to make ballsy moves.
But if his starting lineup stays together, it could be dangerous, man.
Yeah. The big question mark in the starting lineup is Miles Sanders. And also J.K. Dobbins' health.
Yeah.
True.
If Cortland Sutton ends up being the wide receiver 1 in Denver, but Judy can produce, but if Judy ends up being the wide receiver 1, Dave's in good shape because we know Stephon Diggs is the wide receiver 1.
For sure.
The Bengals have a completely revamped O-line, so I think Joe Mixon is going to do really well this year. I'm high on Joe Mixon.
They love running the ball there too.
They do.
Teams are gonna double cover or focus on Waller and Adams, in my opinion, and I think Hunter's just gonna he's going to get those 8 receptions a game or something like crazy. So
not sure how I feel about Judy. I know Russ has been talking a lot about because we can probably all say that Judy's kind of been a bust in the league so far. You know,
some injuries, but
but
he had Drew Luck for a season though. He's got a Hall of Fame quarterback now.
And that Hall of Fame quarterback is on record of saying that he's talked to Judy and says that he wants Judy to be great, so he's going to work to make Judy great. So if you got Russell Wilson saying that, that's pretty good. Looking at his bench, you know, he went with the Watson pick, which we all were kind of like, you know, you're just going to keep him on your bench for 11 weeks. He'll end up dropping him, but
did we get an answer
he's got
on
3 quarterbacks on his team, so that's kind of weird.
I don't understand the Watson pickup.
Are the suspensions IR? Are you able to IR them?
I think so.
Wouldn't be able to.
Well, no,
No,
his
actually,
IR is empty right now. So
Well, I was just wondering because with Hopkins and him, I didn't know because if that's the case, it's not a bad move. He's gonna have to make a decision if like what if Josh Allen goes down for like 4 weeks?
Well, he's also got Matt Ryan on his team.
Matt Ryan.
I know, but I'm saying if that's the case, then he has to put Josh Allen on IR, and then he's going to release Deshaun Watson. So to me, it's just like a wasted space.
100%.
Deshaun Watson IR? He shouldn't even be on IR.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you can move suspended players to IR,
I don't think you can. He doesn't
ends
have
up having to use that space. It's just a wasted space, in my opinion.
That's why I said Deshaun Watson will be on waivers very soon. Guaranteed that.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all want to move on to number 1?
Yeah.
Number 1, actually,
it's our champ.
The champ is here, man. The champ is here.
Vincent has a scary team, bro.
I mean, look, he's got arguably
heavy on San Francisco, though. Extremely heavy on San Francisco. So
can we also mention that he drafted his first however many picks on the road after the baptism?
Yeah, and in a leather jacket, slaying vampires.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes.
That was some dangerous drafting. Very dangerous drafting. So he put good thought into each one.
Hopefully, but it's a great
Mahomes,
team.
The Mahomes-Rodgers combo. I mean, that's scary.
Yeah.
Eckler is. I mean,
Kareem Hunt. I think there's too much drama. I don't think he's going to be serviceable this year.
If he ends up on another team, though,
if he ends up on another team, he's not going to be as good fantasy-wise. He's going to have a learning curve couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like he's not just plug and get 15 points.
Yeah.
Unless he went to like
Kittle's top 5. Debo is going to. I mean, they're going to give him the ball. They just paid him so much money; they have to use him now. So
I like Juju and I like Ayuk. I do like Ayuk.
Well,
I do. I think it was.
I want to switch and kind of go back how we did earlier. I can't remember whose team it was, but they were very starting lineup heavy. But why don't you take a little scroll down onto the bench, and he's got 2 guys that aren't even on a team. He's got another quarterback, and then
his bench is terrible.
It's horrible.
His bench is bad.
It's horrible.
And in this league, like we can look at players, but at the end of the day, it comes down to wins and losses. And like in those bye weeks, when like you got to plug in Fry Ryermuth, like
true fact. That's
whoever,
a fact.
There's 3. That's like a third, or it feels like half of the season is scrambling. So like, can he scramble? Is he that kind of manager? I don't know.
I don't think he's that good of a manager either.
No.
Well,
strong draft.
Last year he came out of nowhere. We were all down on his draft, and he slowly put together a nice, couple streaks here and there. So this year he's got all the pressure. I mean, he's the champ.
He does. He is.
Everyone's high on his team going into the season. So
I'm not very high on his team now that I'm looking at it.
It's very top heavy.
It is top. I agree. It's extremely top heavy.
But if he can make some moves here and there, he can.
I think there's teams that 2 through
I think there's a lot better teams than this
2
team.
through 4 are deeper teams than Vincent's team.
Yep.
What was Serge? Last thing I want to, I guess,
Talk to
ask
me.
about this. What was your mindset in ranking his team number 1? Because to me,
Core.
I'm looking and I'm loving the turn 12, 13th pick with Eckler and Debo. That was a great start. But after that, man, Mahomes, I'm pretty sure he picked 3rd. Well, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot. He's got his starting
Tyreek
lineup.
is gonna. I mean, the way I looked at it was, it's not necessarily. Yes, it's like as a whole, but it's. I went heavy with core, and then I went from there. So his core of Mahomes, Eckler, Debo, and Kittle, and he also has the Mahomes Juju stack. So like on a week, like per point basis, like this team can do some damage.
So my thing is, and I guess I can't. We're just talking about drafting rankings, but my mindset, which I guess I can't really, it doesn't really count in this because it is draft rankings, but he's got in his starting lineup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of his 9 starters play for 2 teams. So if those 2 teams have off weeks, he might go up. He might go up 70 points.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
And the difference between 7 and 6 and 8 and 7 is like life or death. Like,
yep.
It's
but I'm pro stacking. Like I like the stack. So to me, it's like you're investing, heavy on like that. And if you stretch yourself too thin, it can bite you in the ass. But you're betting that it's going to work. So
that's how you win a championship.
And you know what? We all said the same thing about him last year. And at the end of the day, what's the name of this league? League of Luck.
Oh yeah, you need some of that.
Happen, man. Anything can happen.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick 1 minute bathroom break, and then we'll jump in and get to drafting.
Can we do like a 4-minute one so I can smoke a cigarette? I know it's gross, but all right.
Gross.
Shut up,